Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson is presented by Actistatin, Adena Springs, Bloodstock Research, Breeders' Cup, Claiborne Farm, Doc Lane's Veterinary Pharmacy, Horse Sense, Keeneland, Lane's End, Malone's, New York Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Pala Mountains, Pin Oak Stud, Quillen Leather and Tack, Ramard, Sallee Horse Fans, and Shadwell Farm.
Hello everyone and welcome to Thoroughbred Week featuring 11 graded stakes, including a repeat victory in the Grade 1 Men of War for Hall of Fame trainer Shug McGahee. We begin at Arlington Park with the Grade 3 Stars and Stripes Stakes. Dark Cove, the 3-5 favorite, John G. Dooley has the call.
3 furlongs on the winning line, and I Owe You Big Time's made every yard so far. I Owe You Big Time driven now toward the quarter pole. Here's Dark Cove's challenge. Sun Tracer third and drawing in. The Pizza Man a hard ridden fourth. Then Live and Joy, and Dr. Trotter has trailed, and now they're at the top of the stretch. Dark Cove has taken over from I Owe You Big Time. Sun Tracer staying on. The Pizza Man is next. Into the final furlong. Dark Cove has 2 lengths to hold. On the outside, Sun Tracer. Farther out, the Pizza Man. Dark Cove close to the finish for Rosie Napravnik. Dark Cove with a hat trick of stakes wins.
Odds-on favorite Dark Cove continues his winning streak by a length and 3/4 over Sun Tracer. Rosie Napravnik aboard the 2-time Keeneland Sales graduate in course record time of 2:27.1. The 3rd consecutive graded stakes victory for Dark Cove, who was claimed by Kenneth and Sarah Ramsey for $50,000 15 months ago and turned over to trainer Mike Maker. The 6-year-old horse by Medaglia d'Oro was bred in Kentucky by Stonewall Farm Stallions. It was a $120,000 Keeneland November weanling and a $155,000 Keeneland September yearling. Dark Cove has earned $276,000 off the claim and has a career bankroll of $488,000. Dark Cove paid $260 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. To Betfair Hollywood Park for the Grade 3 Sunset Handicap. Marketing Mix, the 3-5 favorite against 5 male challengers, including last year's winner Dahmer. Vic Stauffer has the call.
4 lengths first to last and 4 furlongs left to race in the Sunset Handicap, and the leader is still Hawk's Eyes. Hawk's Eyes 3/4 of a length to Marketing Mix in second. Why Not Be Perfect is third, and now 2 from the front. Extensive is fourth at the rail to save ground. Dahmer fifth and 4 lengths behind. Only the Gold has dropped out last, and they quicken around the far turn, and we have a new leader. It is Marketing Mix, and the mare shows her heels to the boys right now. Marketing Mix to the quarter pole, a 2-length lead over Extensive. Now Dahmer comes with his run. He's in the center of the turf course, 2.5 and after Marketing Mix, and it looks like it'll set the stage between the 2 favorites. Marketing Mix, Dahmer is getting closer with each and every stride. Marketing Mix, Gary Stevens demands a final 16. Julian Leperoux and Dahmer to the outside. Marketing Mix, Dahmer, the mare says, I win.
Odds-on favorite Marketing Mix turns back Dahmer by a length. Gary Stevens aboard the Keeneland Sales graduate in 2:26.3, a 109 brisk speed rating. The 3rd winner of the Sunset for Stevens and the 3rd filly or mare to win the race. The Tom Proctor trainee returned from a nearly 7-month layoff to capture the Grade 1 Gamely Stakes in her first start over the Hollywood turf course. The 5-year-old mare by Medaglia d'Oro was bred in Ontario by Sean Fitzhenry. Marketing Mix has banked nearly $1,870,000 for Glen Hill Farm. The filly was consigned by Keith Lancaster, agent, to the 2009 Keeneland September yearling sale, where she was purchased by Glen Hill Farm for $150,000. Multiple graded stakes winner Marketing Mix, the Keeneland Sales graduate of the week. Fillies and mares sprinting over the main track at Hollywood Park in the Grade 2 A Gleam Handicap. Teddy's Promise, the 6-5 favorite. Once again, here's Vic Stauffer.
Winding Way and an ever-present Teddy's Promise just outside. Victor Espinoza has a long and nice hold on Teddy's Promise. She's just outside of Winding Way, and these two sprint along. They are now 4 lengths clear of Rumor. Book Review has 5 lengths to make up. By Rama is pretty much all in for Gary Stevens at the rail and 6 behind, and Teddy's Promise takes over the lead. As they turn into the stretch, Teddy's Promise is a neck in front of a very game Winding Way. By Rama is now moving up inside of Book Review. Final furlong, any one of 4 can do it. Teddy's Promise, Winding Way. Book Review is running a giant race, and here comes Book Review to run alongside and pass Teddy's Promise. By Rama is trying to get into third, but Book Review is clear, and Book Review wins the A-Gleam.
Book Review runs by Teddy's Promise to defeat the odds-on favorite by 2.5 lengths. Hollywood's leading jockey Rafael Bejarano aboard in 122 3. Book Review began her career in the East with Chad Brown, but since taking the Grade 1 La Brea Stakes in her West Coast debut, she has posted 3 wins and 2 seconds in 5 starts for Bob Baffert. Now 5 for 6 at the distance of 7 furlongs, she earns a guaranteed berth in the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint. The 4-year-old filly by Giants Causeway was bred in Kentucky by her owners, Gary and Mary West. Book Review has earned nearly $785,000. More racing coming up, but first here's the upcoming schedule in the Breeders' Cup Win and You're In Challenge Series. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with a 3-time winner of the Grade 3 Arlington Handicap coming up in this segment. But we begin with turf fillies and mares at Arlington Park in the Grade 3 Modesty Handicap. Latia, the 2-1 favorite, John G. Dooley picks up the call.
Under 4 furlongs to go in the Modesty. All in pursuit of Latia. Latia steady as she goes. 3 furlongs still in front of Latia. Being tracked by Artemis Kitten, Colonial Flag, Ossisa joined third. Dame Marie up the inside from Madame Nancy, who's lost ground now. Strathnaver in an all-out drive at the quarter pole. And Ambar is last. Latia and Artemis Kitten are the 2 at the top of the stretch. Ossis now switched out. Dame Marie toward the inside. Colonial Flag is 5th, then Madame Nancy and Ambar. Into the final furlong. Artemis Kitten has taken a short lead, but is taken on by Ossis, who's charged up to the front for James Graham and pulling away. Ossis in the Modesty.
Ossis by Shadwell Farm Stallion Invasor draws up to defeat Artemis Kitten by 2.5 lengths. A riding triple for James Graham. Time of the race 153 4. Stakes placed at Fairgrounds earlier this year. Ossis gets back on turf after finishing a close 4th in the Grade 3 Arlington Matron. The 4-year-old filly was bred in Kentucky by Shadwell Farm and is owned by Shadwell Stable. Trained by Dan Pites, Ossis has earned nearly $259,000. American Produce Records is now available online. Visit brisnet.com/APR for unlimited access to the pedigrees of more than 3 million thoroughbreds for just $275 a year. Next, the Grade 3 Arlington Handicap. Doulahan, the 2-1 favorite. Once again, here's John G. Dooley.
A half mile to go, and Beer Garden leads the way. It's a short lead, though, and Rahi Strada is right there in a position to challenge as they enter the far turn. Colport and Najar with the rail. Doulahan is 5 from the front, and joint leaders now with under 3 furlongs left. Still that break back there to Temerain. Keep Up trails 9 lengths from leaders to last. They're closing ranks at the quarter pole. Rahi Strada looms in front, taken on by Colport. Beer Garden is dropped back. Najar 1 off the rail. Doulahan on the far outside. Then Temerain and Keep Up was last as they straightened away. Rahi Strada leads now with a furlong to go. Rahi Strada by 2. Doulahan is charging toward the inside as Temerain. Far outside Keep Up. Rahi Strada close to the finish from Doulahan and Temerain. Rahi Strada with an historic 3rd Arlington Handicap crown.
Rahi Strada holds off Longshot Temerain by half a length to take the Arlington Handicap for a record 3rd time. The 2nd graded stakes winner on the card for Rosie Napravnik. Time of the race 2:01 3. The Reformed Claimer won the 2010 running, finished 5th the following year, then came back to wire the field last season. Rahi Strada is pointing for his 4th start in the Grade 1 Arlington Million, at which he finished 3rd a year ago. The 9-year-old gelding by Rahi was bred in Kentucky by Jamie S. Carrion, trustee. Rahi Strada has won 14 of 44 starts and has earned nearly $1,372,000. Scooter Hughes trains the veteran turf star for Robert Courtney Jr. The best performance of the week presented by Best PC Service. Contact Best PC Service for all your computer repairs and problems. The Lanes and Stallion of the week is Grade 1 winner Discreetly Mine, the fastest 3-year-old of his year. Winner of the Grade 1 King's Bishop, Discreetly Mine has his first yearlings this year. And on Monday at Facing Tipton, he had a colt sell for $110,000 and one for $85,000. Think speed, think Discreetly Mine. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 1 American Oaks and the Grade 2 Virginia Derby coming up in this segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. We begin at Colonial Downs with the Grade 3 Virginia Oaks. Kentucky shipper Preya, the 2-1 favorite. Dave Rodman picks up the call.
So they quicken up, less than 3 furlongs to go in the Oaks. And on the inside, Three Hearts is trying to hang on to the lead. But Nellie Cashman is there on the outside, it's long shot. They make the turn in for home. And Nellie Cashman has a head in front from Three Hearts. It's 3 lengths to He Done Me Wrong song in third. Preya's trying to quicken up there from fourth. Three Hearts, Nellie Cashman on the outside, trying with that upset. Nellie Cashman, Forest Boyce, Three Hearts, Joel Rosario, Nellie Cashman gonna cash in at a big price to win the Oaks.
19-1 long shot Nellie Cashman by Lanes and Stallion Mineshaft. The winner by half a length over the favorite Preya, who noses out Three Hearts for place. Forrest Boyce aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 152-4. She's the first graded stakes winner for her jockey, and she provides trainer Trey Abbott with the first stakes victory of his career. It took Nellie Cashman 7 starts to break her maiden, finally getting the job done against Statebreds at Penn National in her latest. The winner was bred in Pennsylvania by Nelson Clemens and was a $57,000 Keeneland November weanling. Nellie Cashman has earned $140,000 for Sycamore Racing LLC. Next, the Grade 2 Delaware Oaks. Maracaya, the 6-5 favorite. John Curran picks up the call.
Il St. Molly, Maracaya, tell a great stories right there. 3 of them across the track as they race into the turn. Followed by Dancing Afleeto has a perfect setup of Good Enough. Next in line, Michaela's Angel, Il St. Molly, and Tell a Great Story. They're hooking up again as they did in the Go for Juan. Il St. Molly on the inside, Tell a Great Story on the outside. Il St. Molly is fending off all challengers. She opens up 3 in the field. Dancing Afleeto is on the move, trying to take over second. Il St. Molly and Cintron is digging in. Dancing Afleeto is making a run on the outside. Tell a Great Story is hanging in there. Il St. Molly, Dancing Afleeto bidding for the big upset. Here comes Dancing Afleeto to spring the upset. Il St. Molly a game second. Tell a Great Story third. Michaela's Angel fourth.
9-1 outsider Dancing Afleeto outfinishes Il St. Molly by half a length. The first graded stakes victory for jockey Joshua Navarro. Time of the race 1:44-2. After breaking her maiden by 7 3/4 lengths over the track in June, Dancing Afleeto has put together a 3-race winning streak at Delaware Park. The winner is trained and coned by Tim Ritchie, who also trained the filly's sire, champion and dual classic winner Afleet Alex. The Pennsylvania-bred filly was a $28,000 yearling. Dancing Afleeto has earned nearly $249,000 for Ritchie Racing Stables and Beverly Frazier. To Betfair Hollywood Park for the Grade 1 American Oaks, Emollient, the 6-5 favorite, in her first start on turf. Once again, here's Vic Stauffer.
Sarich leads 3-year-old fillies in the American Oaks up the backstretch. Mike Smith senses this slow pace and says, let's go with Emollient. And there goes Emollient outside of Sarich. So you can see Sarich have to quicken to maintain her head lead now from Emollient in second. Maka is third. She's only a length from those two. Then a length and 3/4 back to Emotional Kitten and Becky Lou. More than that now. It's 4 lengths back to those two. Then comes Topic. Scarlet Strike is still double digits from the front. She's outside of Wittgenstein. And they round the far turn, and Sarich and Emollient are pretty much even with a 1/4 mile to run. Maka is third, and she's between horses still with a chance. Emotional Kitten is running up 4 wide. Here she comes. Emotional Kitten is after the new leader, Emollient. Emollient has taken over the lead. Emotional Kitten trying to gun her down, and she's only a half length behind. Emollient, Emotional Kitten getting closer. Topic is third. Emollient, Emotional Kitten, Emollient. Yes!
Emollient takes her turf debut by half a length over Emotional Kitten. The latest Grade 1 Stakes victory for Mike Smith. Time of the race 2:02.1. Smith also was aboard when Emollient rolled to a 9-length victory in the Grade 1 Ashland Stakes. But the Bill Mott trainee managed to defeat only one runner in the Grade 2 Black-Eyed Susan, finishing over 20 lengths back. The filly by Empire Maker was bred in Kentucky by her owner, Juddmonte Farms Incorporated. Emollient has earned nearly $657,000.
The last 3 Kentucky Derby winners, Animal Kingdom, I'll Have Another, and Orb, have been separated from the pack with the help of Pala Mountains Equine Pro. Log on to palamountains.net.
To Arlington Park for the Grade 3 American Derby. Admiral Kitten, the 6-5 favorite. John G. Dooley has the call.
Mongolian Saturday took them through 3 quarters in 1:13.2. Dorset is now second with under 3 furlongs left. At the inside is Infinite Magic. Stormy Len is in 4th. Procurement saving ground at both turns in 5th. Moro Tap picking it up on the outside. A move for Moro Tap. Admiral Kitten and the red blinkers and cap getting up to speed on the far outside. They've turned the corner and Dorset's move. Dorset has taken the lead. Infinite Magic made a split. On the outside is Stormy Len. Procurement far outside. Admiral Kitten is staying on 2. They're well inside the final furlong. Infinite Magic, Stormy Len, Admiral Kitten on the outside. A 3-way thriller. Infinite Magic, Admiral Kitten, and Stormy Len hit it together.
12-1 long shot. Infinite Magic takes the photo by a head over the favorite Admiral Kitten, who noses out Stormy Len for place. Channing Hill aboard the OBS Sales Graduate in 1:55.2. The latest European import for Team Valor International, Infinite Magic also defeated Admiral Kitten in Allowance Company at Keeneland in his U.S. debut. Last of 9 in the Grade 2 Peter Pan Stakes, he finished 6th in the Grade 3 Hill Prince Stakes in his first start for trainer Rick Matee. The colt by More Than Ruddy was bred in Kentucky by Grapestock LLC. Infinite Magic has earned $167,000. To Colonial Downs for the Grade 2 Virginia Derby. Ride Duluth, the 5-2 favorite. Once again, here's Dave Rodman.
The pace solid enough out there as Redwood Kitten leads the way. Ride Duluth has been the constant shadow from the 2nd spot. And Charming Kitten is 3rd to the inside. Fear the Kitten is next in 4th. And War Dancer is in 5th. Checking out of there is Gefest, who's dropped back and lost a spot. Jack Milton still got 5 to come, followed by Draw 2 and Ready, Shake, Go. And Bethel trails the field. They're coming to the top of the stretch, about a 1/4 mile to go. Ride Luke now sent to the front. Ride Luke now to test Redwood Kitten. Ride Luke and Redwood Kitten turning for home together. War Dancer is in 3rd. And on the inside, Charming Kitten tries to get through. Charming Kitten, Redwood Kitten still right there. The outside, War Dancer has the best stride late. War Dancer to the front. Jack Milton arrives on the scene with a late thrust of energy to the far outside. A driving finish, a photo finish, a 3-way photo.
And let's take another look at that photo finish. It's War Dancer with the lead in the middle of the track under Alan Garcia. Charming Kitten and Joel Rosario trying to rally along the rail. And Jack Milton and John Velasquez closing rapidly on the outside. But War Dancer holds on to take the photo by a head over Charming Kitten, who has a head on Jack Milton. A 1st and 3rd place finish by runners sired by Claiborne Farm Stag and Warfront. The Keeneland Sales Graduate clocked in 2:03.2. The 2nd stakes winner on the card for trainer Kenny McPeak, War Dancer finished 3rd in the Grade 2 American Turf Stakes and followed up with a runner-up effort in the Centaur Stakes at Indiana Downs. The colt was bred in Kentucky by Cherry Valley Farm and Stuart S. Jenny III and originally sold for $25,000 at the Keeneland November sale. A $220,000 yearling, War Dancer has earned $418,000 for Magdalena Racing.
Thoroughbred Week is presented by Remard's total line of equine products featuring total respiratory and endurance, enhanced performance and oxygen capacity, and beneficial for respiratory hemorrhage. For further information, please log on to remardi.com.
Time now for the feature race of the week presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. It's the Grade 1 Men of War Stakes from Belmont Park. Boisterous, the 3-2 favorite. Here's the call by Tom Durkin.
Field continues their run up the backstretch here, and there's 6 furlongs remaining. The opening half mile was a solid 48 seconds flat over the good going here, and they're gaining on Folksinger. Maneuvered just to his outside now goes Speaking of Which. 3 wide down the backstretch, Twilight Eclipse. Optimizer is kept out of harm's way on the far outside as they move for the far turn. Boisterous continues to follow Optimizer around there, and following close behind that is Finnegan's Wake. Still at the back of the pack, still unhurried is Alkali and Exclusive Strike. They're moving around the far turn now, 3/4 up and 13 flat. And there goes Speaking of Which to grab the lead. Speaking of Which now in front. Twilight Eclipse is in an all-out drive. And here comes Boisterous, who's threading his way through in between horses, but locked onto him to the outside is Optimizer as the field turns for home. Finnegan's Wake, Exclusive Strike, and Alkali, who takes to the inside. 1 furlong to go. It is Twilight Eclipse and Javier Castellano. Boisterous roaring up on the outside. Boisterous now seizes the lead just outside the final 16th marker. Finnegan's Wake down toward the inside. Twilight Eclipse, followed by Exclusive Strike, and it will be Boisterous.
Favored Boisterous, the winner by 2 1/4 lengths over Twilight Eclipse, giving John Velasquez his first victory in the Men of War. Time of the race, 2:14 flat. Hall of Fame trainer Shug McGahee and Phipps Stable also won this race last year with Point of Entry, who is sidelined with an injury. But Boisterous proves to be a capable substitute while adding a Grade 1 stakes victory to his resume. He was last seen defeating Big Blue Kitten in the Grade 2 Monmouth Stakes. The 6-year-old horse by Distorted Humor was bred in Kentucky by Cynthia Phipps. Boisterous has won 7 graded stakes and has earned nearly $1,298,000. John Velasquez with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sallee Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. We'll see you next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson has been presented by Actistatin, Adena Springs, Bloodstock Research, Breeders' Cup, Claiborne Farm, Dock Lane's Veterinary Pharmacy, Horse Sense, Keeneland, Lane's End, Malone's, New York Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Pala Mountains, Pin Oak Stud, Quillen Leather and Tack, Ramard, Sallee Horse Vans, and Shadwell Farm. Online at tbredweek.com.